Hey, do grab bars make you think of hospitals or public restrooms? Well, today you're going to learn about how you can put grab bars in your bathroom and how they can seamlessly blend into your aesthetic. My name is Maria Lindbergh, and I am an occupational therapist and owner of Stay at Home Solutions. So welcome to Toilet Talk. I'm going to go ahead and add my guest, Dr. Emily Riley with At Purposefully Home. So give me just a moment to add her. Got to think about it. Luckily, we're on the mount here. Purposefully Home, here we go. So hopefully Emily will be popping on here with me in just a moment. But grab bars are just one of those things that people tend to not want to put into their homes because they look sterile, right? They look utilitarian. Some people may think they're ugly, and they don't want to put them in their bathrooms. They don't want to put them in their showers or by their toilets because they just look so hideous. So I am right there with you. I don't really like the look for grab bars, but I do appreciate their purpose to help keep you safe when you are getting in and out of the shower and when you are using the toilet. So I do like grab bars. I do recommend them, and I do have them for myself. So yeah, on Toilet Talk today, that's what we're talking about is grab bars and how they can actually look really pretty. So I'll go ahead and start talking about my bathroom first. So, oh, hey, Tracy. Hey, girl. So with grab bars in my house, I have this kind of like oil brush, like dark aesthetic going on. Oh, yay. Dr. Emily Riley, you are on. Let me know. I invited you, so let me know if you have a hard time. Sent you a request. Yes. Sure, go live. Here we go. Yes, Emily, welcome to Toilet Talk.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Are you on your throne?
So, I thought it would be very fitting to have Toilet Talk in the middle of a barnyard pile of poop.
Yes, Toilet Talk.
So I have a
That's
wheelbarrow
awesome.
here, and we are ready for this conversation.
Okay, perfect. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Toilet Talk is the only show where, I'm sitting on my toilet and talking about things, and then poop is welcome. We make it a light situation here. So that is so funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know, we could easily be in a nice bathroom, but I thought this could be a little more fun.
Yeah, I love it. Just to catch you up, I was talking about how grab bars, how some people may not like the look of them in their bathrooms because they may remind you of a public restroom or a hospital. And so I was just about to share mine, and then do you want to share yours?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in my bathroom at home, everything is kind of, all of the fixtures and things are kind of like this oil brushed, dark looking. So for example, I'm just showing my toilet paper holder, looks like that, and my towel racks, and even my light switch plates have that same kind of look. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this back on the mount. Sorry, hopefully not making everyone dizzy. I know I can kind of get motion sick, so I'm truly sorry. So that's what my toilet racks or my towel racks look like and everything. I found this grab bar see, it doesn't even look like a grab bar, But this is Kohler. I guess it's their Carmichael brand, but this is Kohler. This is a grab bar. So it's designed for you to hold on to when you are getting in and out of the shower or getting on and off the toilet. So this is something that actually fits super well into my bathroom where no one would have any idea that it's actually a grab bar that you can hold on to. I do want to say, Emily, I'm sure you tell people this too, but grab bars, it's so good to have an occupational therapist or a home safety consultant talk with you about where the best place in your bathroom is going to be for you or for anyone else in your household. And it's so important to have, like I tell people, sit down on your toilet or your shower chair, wherever. And if you put your elbow out like this, like that, you just bend your elbow. Actually, like the top of your forearm is where a good spot for the grab bar to go on the wall. So I just wanted to give that quick, just quick tip to people. But Emily, I'm turning it over to you. What have you got to show us today?
Yes, so those are very good tips because a lot of times people do tend to put them too high. And so if you think about typically when people are using the grab bar, it's because they have maybe an injury or a pain or something that's limiting their strength. And when you're not really able to kind of reach and pull, a lot of times the grab bars are either too far away, so you're kind of like reaching out, or they're too high. And so we see that a lot where people put grab bars kind of set in front, so people have to like lean forward to pull up. And even if you just do that on your own, you can see how much effort and strength that it takes. So that is a great tip, just to kind of think about you like shaking someone's hand. That's about the height and angle you want to have, because that push-up motion is a lot more effective for most people. And then it can accommodate the people within your whole household too. So a lot of times, oh, somebody's waiting. A lot of times, people, when we started doing grab bars, the stainless steel, pretty much easy to see. They're really low cost, so a lot of people don't mind using them because they're within the budget. But now that more people are staying home, they're looking for things that are going to be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And so, as you can see, because I am outdoors, I do have a few that I can share. But the stainless steel bars are very similar to a lot of these gates kind of behind me. I don't know if you can see them. And so, you kind of think of institutional, you kind of think of outdoor space, and it makes it a little difficult to invite people over because it does take away from the look of your room. And so when I'm working with people, I really liked that you kind of showed that Kohler brand, the oil rubbed bronze, because a lot of times I'm working with Moen. They have a huge selection of grab bars, but they're what we call dual purpose grab bars. And so they are able to work as towel racks, toilet paper holders. They can work as like robe holders. I've had some of the vertical ones because they have a little knob at the top. People are able to put their robe up on there, towels. And so when you start thinking outside of the box of what a traditional grab bar is going to look like, you can find that not only to be more visibly pleasing, but they can be, functional too. And that's one of the things that I'm the owner of Purposely Home in Scottsdale, Arizona, for those of you that don't know. And that's one of the things that we really focus on, is focusing on function, because you can have that accessibility, but it could be really limited when you're not having that creative outlet. So occupational therapists, that's what we do. we're not just like, oh, you need a couple grab bars because you're going to fall. Because to be honest, grab bars don't stop you from falling.
Yep.
And I've seen some bathrooms with, you know, dozens of grab bars in them, and people still have broken hips and still have slipped and hurt an arm. And so it's really important to think about the tools. Just for the same way you would have a door. Just because you have a door doesn't mean it's going to stay closed, or it doesn't mean you're going to be able to open the door, because, you know, there's a few other features you need. You need to have hinges. You need to have a doorknob. It needs to not be nailed shut. And so when we're thinking about accessibility, that's where OTs come in, because we're really looking at the function of those items. So I will admit, I thought I would be in a space where I could actually show you the bathroom. But since I'm not, we're OT, so we're flexible.
Yeah. We're flexible, yeah, absolutely.
So as I mentioned, can you see this okay? Here's just kind of your traditional stainless steel.
Yes.
So these are great for kind of outdoors. They're great for pool spaces. They're great for patios. Of course, here in the desert, you want to be a little cautious because things get and of course, they're great in your bathroom too, but people often don't like the look of them. So for those that are looking for budget friendly, those are really the most cost effective ones to go. But what I like to tell people is if you place them in a space with maybe a mirror over it or a picture, then not only are you kind of walking into the space with the bar, but it's kind of like camouflaged, I guess. So you have that.
That's such a good tip. Yeah.
So I really like that, because some of these grab bars I have here, a Moen, I can see if I can take out of the package for you, but that's like $130 for like the 12-inch. So most people are like needing larger than the 12-inch size, but they're also not willing to spend $130 a grab bar for that look.
Yes.
So they're trying to find ways to kind of hide that out. So I like to do that. You can also put little hangers on them. Like I've seen people put like little shelves, so that way it looks more like it's a decorative piece.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That you can lay on the grab bar. Yeah. Oh, and I have, let's see. These bags are open, and I fought with it the other day trying to like figure out how to open it, but
No worries. But yeah, I haven't brought up yet that, yeah, grab bars can be more than just a bar. They can be a shelf. There's grab bars that are toilet paper holders, grab bars that are soap dishes. So the variety is definitely out there. And yes, you can find your higher price grab bars without a doubt, just like anything else in life. But yes, you can find some that are more mid-priced and some that are lower too. I think the stainless steel run around $20 or so.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
very, very affordable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So here is one of our, I'll post pictures too to supplement this.
Oh, awesome. Thanks.
Very live and in action.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I can't see the screen either. There we go. Yeah, so this is nice. You can see where it has that knob. And so these are great to go in front of the doors. So in the bathroom, when you're entering and exiting the bathroom, if there's a little threshold, they're really great. In the shower, like the vertical going up and down, it gives you a little extra leverage. And what I like is having people put those in vertical where they're going to be able to put their slippers on. So when you're drying off, you need something to hang on to. So by putting it kind of vertical next to the vanity, it allows somebody to kind of hang on to that when they're going to sit down or when they're going to try to balance to like dry off their feet. So so those are kind of some alternative ways that you can use grab bars, because a lot of times people think about those 3 grab bars in their shower. And if you have these, it allows you to hang on, keep your balance. And then of course we're talking about toileting. So if you need to turn and twist, then you want to have something to hang on to. So that way you can effectively get behind you to do that. Or maybe you need to kind of squat or do lunge, all different things that we need to do to get that height done.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Having a grab bar there because everyone's so different and it is so good to have a grab bar so that you can lean forward to the side or back to get in the best position that you need to clean yourself up after going to the bathroom. Absolutely.
And then lastly, I have this little sample here. So this is really nice because it comes in all different colors. So it's antimicrobial and it's not that traditional metal feel. So it has kind of like a plastic coating over it. These
Nice.
are by Ponte Giulio. They're an Italian-based company. And so they're really easy to wipe off. So once again, they're great. I'm in the desert and it's sunny out. So I keep referring to the pool, even though we're done. But for those that do have pool spaces that, you know, where you have the shower and maybe you have an outdoor kind of private area, bathroom space for guests. But these are also great in the bathroom because they do have that antimicrobial coating. And so when you're flushing the toilet and kind of doing all of that, those germs get everywhere. So these are really great way to kind of combat some of that hygiene stuff as well. And they don't have that slip like some of the metal, the stainless steel. They don't really have the good grip sometimes. So I really like this brand. And once again, it's white. So a lot of people are able to incorporate that into their decor. So it's not like as soon as you walk in and you're like, oh, there's the medical equipment. And
Yeah.
I really like it too because for people that maybe have dementia, you can get the bright red or the bright yellow, bright blue. Red is kind of the most contrast, but yellow is the last color on the spectrum for our vision to lose sight of. So yellow is really good for people that are aging or have dementia that might have difficulty seeing. So these are great kind of if you are in some of those areas where you need to help somebody identify where the support beams are.
Those are such good points. Yeah, having the different colors there for people, or I mean, a lot of people with dementia, we are wanting them to live at home because they're more comfortable. That's their familiar settings, and I think that's great. Such a great point to bring up. You know what? Yellow is going to be a really good color, yellow or red, in your bathroom. And you know, I know some people don't like for the grab bars to stand out, but maybe if it is a pretty color or, you know, aesthetically pleasing, maybe you do want it to stand out. And for me, I always think it's great for visitors who come into my home personally. You know, if I have a grab bar or whatever, you know, device in my bathroom, I don't mind. But and so I personally kind of do want things to stick out sometimes. So if like my mom were to need it, or you know, any in-laws or whatever were to need to use it, then they can clearly see it. It's intuitive. This is the, you know, why this grab bar is here to help me. So yeah, I think if it's attractive, personally, I do want it to stand out. So yeah. Don't know how you feel.
Yeah, no, I agree. And so that's where I think that OTs are really good to leverage some of that. So you may still, we're not taking over that whole team build, but what we're doing is kind of supporting the function and then helping you kind of to facilitate that, what's going to work kind of within your color scheme, what's going to work in your aesthetics. So we'll work with your interior designer, we'll work with your builder, because we recently did a project and I had a contractor who is in tune with ADA, which in a personal residence, ADA doesn't matter. And so it can be really customized to what it is that you're needing. And what happened was I explained it. We had the homeowner there. We did the measurements. We did the practice. We simulated. And then the contractor, I blinked and the contractor put it somewhere else. And it was only the difference of a half an inch. But that half an inch really makes such the difference in function. And the feedback that the client said was, I can tell the difference because when you and I were talking, you were demonstrating, you were like moving around, kind of simulating it. And she said that if my contractor did that too, they would have realized their error. And because they just did it based on the numbers and based on what the book said, it really kind of caused more difficulty. We had to remove it, then we had to patch it, then we had to remove tile and put some new tile in, all because they didn't think that half an inch mattered. And so that's the difference between a contractor brain and an OT brain.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. I mean, you being a part of that project, you are saving time and saving money and where the grab bar needs to go right the first time. And, sadly in that case, the contractor, didn't put it where it needed to go. But I too, not to rag on contractors whatsoever,
No,
but I have
a team. That's why we
collaborate. That's right. We are a team with contractors. We love them. I just remembered I had this 80-something-year-old client who she had, before I had seen her, she had grab bars put in her bathroom, and she had a contractor do it who was not working with an occupational therapist, and he put them in the spots that made sense to him. So I'm thinking like structurally, like where it made sense to him to put the grab bars in. But then this poor woman fell in the bathroom and she was reaching for the grab bar, but it wasn't in the right spot. And if it was in the right spot, it probably would have helped her steady her balance so that she wouldn't have fallen. But sadly, she fell. She broke her hip. And the poor woman wasn't able to get well enough to go back into her home. She had to move into a nursing home. And so I'm not saying that's everybody's story, but it is something to think about if you are putting in grab bars. Like, I'm just saying, this is why it's so important to have an occupational therapist as part of your team working with the contractor, so that you can put the best grab bar placement in for you. So. But yeah, we want to avoid those things happening. Is there any other stories that you can think of with grab bars?
Well, I was touring an independent living facility, and so because that is a public space, they are required to follow ADA. But what happened was they also added grab bars. And so as I was mentioning, they had these walk-in showers, which they tend to be a little more accessible, but they also had 2 built-in seats. And so when you're looking to replace your shower or tub, sometimes people like those fitters, those bath fitters, and they have the built-in bench. But what they didn't consider was how slippery and how small. How many butts can fit on those? On the features. So they
For real
have spent a lot of money, kind of investing in these things. And then they asked me to come in and kind of do an assessment, like a move-in assessment. And I had to kind of work, of course, we're limited with what we could do, but I had to work with their maintenance team to figure out how we could strategically adapt some of what they've already residents' ability to get in and out of the shower safely, just because there were too many grab bars.
Yeah, too much is not good.
Yeah, better. And then I'll share one more story that's much more like positive. And recently, one of my clients who is in a wheelchair, and they have suffered a stroke, and we're working with them on getting stronger to be able to do transfer, but they have all this equipment, of course, to help them, but the shower chair commode just, once again, isn't quite right. And so they have too much, oh, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So they have too many things that are making them reach kind of outside of their base of support. So it's
are cutting out. I don't know if you can still hear me, Emily. Hopefully, okay, there we go.
By different tools. So Health Smart has a transfer pole, and it will install into the ground, but you can cap it. So he needs it by the bed, he needs it in the shower, he needs it by the toilet. And right now they're transferring on the toilet with 3 people, but after I came in and we did an assessment, we're using, it's a similar material to this, but it's a drop arm.
Nice.
And so it'll stay out of the way, but when they need it, they can drop it down on the side. And now they can use one person. They never thought that I could transfer. They would always say, oh, I'll do it. And I'm capable of doing this transfer. Watch me. And now with the environment set up, they're like amazed. They're like, I had no idea he could do this. So it's just so important to have your environment empower you and kind of enhance your abilities. So that way you're not putting that additional strain and burden on yourself or your caregivers. Or that could be the difference. If they're thinking it takes 3 people to transfer him, then he could be going to long-term care. And now he can go home. He can live at home and stay at home with a caregiver because they don't have to hire 4 caregivers a shift.
Oh my gosh. The cost of that. Yeah. And you made it so he could live in his own home. That is so powerful. That is so powerful. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that story. Emily, where can people find you in Scottsdale? Because everyone needs to get in touch.
Yes, absolutely. So I am a mobile practice. I work with people in their homes in Scottsdale. So you can always call me at 480-339-9316. Otherwise, I'm here on Instagram at Purposefully Home. On Facebook is where I'm most active. So Purposefully Home there. And of course, my website is purposefullyhome.com. So if you have any questions or are still a little bit curious how, we can work together, then I'm definitely happy to connect that way. I do mobile therapy, so sometimes I'll be out in the community like I am today. But a lot of times I am working with people to really enhance their quality of life in their homes and, of course, in their community too. So.
Oh my gosh.
Pictures because I know today was a little, exciting.
Hey, I love it. I love the creativity coming in the barnyard with the poop on toilet talk. That is perfect. Like, yes, you understand the essence of the show. Okay, that is so perfect. So you can reach me. I'm Maria Lindbergh at Hard Time Wiping on Instagram. And please direct message me. We will be back. Toilet Talk will be back next Tuesday, but also watch these videos on virtualcare.com. That's virtualkare.com, where they will live there in perpetuity too. So Dr. Emily Riley, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, and have a wonderful day, and hopefully you won't have a hard time wiping.
Yes, thank you. Love it.
Bye.
You take care. Bye. Have a good day, everybody. Take care.